Topping the headlines, last night's storms wreaked havoc on area residents. 2 women are arrested for prescription drug fraud, and police are investigating a gas station murder. I'm Marie Torres. These stories and more coming up on your NewsBreak briefing.
From WHIG-TV, this is NewsBreak 31. Now, here's Marie Torres.
Hello, and thanks for watching WHIG-TV Newsbreak. We're briefing you on news going on in the community. Last night's storms had many feeling under the weather.
I really don't know. The storm last night, I don't know if it was a tornado or what, but it hailed and rained. And it was terrible. Please.
Did it scare you?
Yes, it was scary.
Yesterday, a severe thunderstorm ripped through our area. Trees were down, some even on roofs at Highway 301 and NC 97 West, where some are still without power. Floodwaters blocked in about 60 people from getting in or out of their homes in the Kings Way mobile home community in Rocky Mount. In Nash County, a lightning strike started a fire at Greater St. Delight Baptist Church. The church, located on Redbud Road in Castalia, was hit around 6 p.m. Local firefighters were quickly able to control the blaze. Weather reports show the storms came down on several parts of the state. Thankfully, no fatalities were reported. Rocky Mount police are investigating the death of a man that was found at a local gas station. Police report that Sunday morning at the Kangaroo Express in Gold Rock, they found 55-year-old Edward Arrington Whitaker Jr. with injuries to his head, though they say they have yet to confirm his exact cause of death. Police believe a suspect in the murder may have been operating a silver, gold, or tan truck, possibly a Toyota. Currently, Whitaker's body is undergoing an autopsy at the Pitt County Medical Examiner's Office in Greenville. This is an ongoing investigation. If you have any information into this crime, you should call Crime Stoppers at 252-977-1111. As always, when giving tips, you do not have to provide your name. Also in our crime report, police cracked down on 2 women believed to be involved in prescription drug fraud. According to Rocky Mount PD, 38-year-old Doris Worley and 31-year-old Shannon Gayle Shelton were arrested Thursday evening after employees at Rite Aid Pharmacy on Raleigh Road said the women tried to pass off a fake prescription for oxycodone. Officers picked up Worley and also allegedly found on her assorted computer equipment, fake identification cards, printing materials, and counterfeit checks. Shelton was later picked up at the Days Inn in Gold Rock. The 2 now face 14 counts of identity theft, 6 counts of forgery, and 1 count of obtaining a controlled substance by fraud. The women also had outstanding orders for arrest related to fraud, traffic, and narcotics charges from Davidson and Gaston counties. Worley was issued a $150,000 secured bond, while Shelton is being held under a $103,000 bond. Both are behind bars in the Nash County Jail. And police are alerting you of a possible theft operation on older vehicles. Rocky Mount PD says there are frauds towing victims' vehicles away from private property to auto salvage yards, then selling them for scrap metal. Police say the cars, which are normally more than 10 years old and have been parked for a long time, are taken and crushed most of the time before the vehicle's owner can realize the car is gone. The cons reportedly are using a blue Ford pickup truck from the late 1980s to early 1990s with a tow dolly and a stolen 1995 Ford F-450 rollback wrecker with primer on the bed and the name Bobbitt's Wrecker on both doors. This has been a reoccurring crime this year with at least 8 reports this month alone. Suspects may also be looking for vehicles that have grass growing up around them. Police say the make and model does not matter to the suspects. You should call Crime Stoppers if you have any information regarding this crime. When we return on your Newsbreak briefing, North Carolina's governor gets an earful in the Sanderson Farms debate. This story and more right after these words. We're your news team, bringing it home to you with meteorologist Fred Holdsworth, anchor Marie Torres, sports reporter Edward Green, and Matt Habit, our studio guy. WHIG TV Newsbreak, your voice in the community.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We are filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
Welcome back to your Newsbreak briefing. I'm Marie Torres. The debate on whether the nation's fourth largest poultry producers should set up shop in Nash County has gained the attention of the governor. According to Rocky Mount Telegram reporters last week, North Carolina Governor Beverly Perdue brought together our area's city and county leaders over Sanderson Farms' proposed poultry plant. The leaders from Nash County and the city of Wilson met with the governor in Raleigh. Perdue's spokesman, Mark Johnson, says the governor wants to help the two sides find a resolution to the dispute. The city of Wilson, who is concerned about effects on water quality and land values, has sued Nash County in prior months. The county says the plant will bring 1,100 jobs. Both sides have spent over $1 million since the dispute broke out last year. And this weekend, the Rocky Mount Harley-Davidson received loads of motorcyclists who've made the cross-country track to our area. Riders with the Hokahay Motorcycle Challenge began riding into Rocky Mount last Friday, with some of the last drivers cruising in today. This weekend, our area's Harley-Davidson was open 24 hours to receive the riders. Saturday, we were able to catch up with one of them.
I'm James Gary.
And what's your number, James?
674.
And where are you from?
I'm from Gainesville, Texas, which is just north of Dallas.
Now, tell us a little about this ride.
Well, it's really been a fantastic experience. It seems like every corner I go around is a new sight to behold. The mountains, the oceans, valleys, the cities. I can't believe I went to the town that the Jim Henson of the little puppeteer. I saw where his Kermit the Frog, that's it. And there's just so many things in my mind that I could start rattling off, but I guess the best are the mountains and stuff. I had never been through Yosemite, and I had never been through Yellowstone. I've been through both of them now, and they were just beautiful. In fact, it was cold up there. I was shivering for 2 or 3 days. My wife met me at Kansas City, Missouri. She came up and totally surprised me there, which was really, really great. It was quite emotional for me. And I've just been enjoying the ride.
He looked good running in the back.
And the riders have come 12,000 miles thus far. They will be covering 48 states and Canada, making this the world's greatest long-distance endurance motorcycle rides. To track their progress, you can go online to www.hokahechallenge.com. Up next, updates in sports and weather. Don't go anywhere.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We are filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The business center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's take a look at our weekly forecast with WHIG-TV meteorologist Fred Holdsworth. Fred?
And welcome everyone to our, what's today, Monday, after a wild weekend of weather. Couldn't even remember what day it was. We've been so busy over this weekend with weather, and it looks like this is going to be a very busy week for forecasters in the southeast as we start dealing with Hurricane Irene. The situation outside now, we have a frontal boundary that has come very close to us now. It was pushing showers and thunderstorms out ahead of it, and that's where we had all the wild weather yesterday afternoon and evening. Now, some areas just to the south of Rocky Mount picked up over 4 inches of rain. We got around 2.5 at our weather station, and this led to some flooding that continues this morning a little bit in some of the low-lying areas. And this is always a very dangerous situation when you have flash flooding. We had a severe thunderstorm watch, severe thunderstorm warnings, and flash flood warnings, all of that in our area yesterday. Well, the weather will calm down now as that cold front will push on through. We'll go to our forecast map now and see what we have out there, what we can expect. First of all, here's that frontal boundary right here, coming right across our area, and along and ahead of it we'll see showers and thunderstorms. Behind it, a high pressure system over Illinois will move into our area and control our weather through midweek, and this will bring a drying trend into our area for the next few days, and then we will have to turn our attention to Hurricane Irene. Showers and thunderstorms also will be found today out over the Midwest all the way up into Minnesota, and high pressure will control the larger part of the Intermountain region all the way down into the southwest, and that includes Texas. Eastern Texas may see a few rain showers and thunderstorms today, as will eastern Oklahoma. But the majority of Texas will remain dry, as they have been for the last whenever. Over the Four Corners region, rain and thunderstorms. Low pressure over the Gulf of California down here, pushing some rain and thunderstorms up into that region. Few areas of rain over the far Pacific Northwest, over extreme northwestern Oregon and most of eastern or western Washington, we should say, as a frontal boundary begins to push into that area. That coming onto our map right here. Well, let's take a look now at our forecast and see what we have going on for our area over the week. For today, partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high of 88, north wind at 6. Clear tonight with a low of 60, winds will be calm. Tuesday, sunny, 85 degrees for the high with a northeast wind at 7. Tuesday night clear with a low of 60, winds will be light. Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high of 88. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 66. 91 degrees will be the high on Thursday, and Thursday night, partly cloudy with a low of 70. As we get into Friday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 90, and our weather around that period of the week will be governed by what Irene does. Our high temperature yesterday, 90 degrees, 72 our low this morning, 2.55 inches of rain over the past 24 hours at our weather station, but some areas of Rocky Mountain did pick up over 4 inches. The U.S. extremes yesterday, 110 degrees was the high in Needles, California, 34 degrees the low in Olney, Montana. And that's a look at your Rocky Mountain and Tri-County weather. Now back to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Fred. And with us now with our sports update is Edward Green to fill us in. Tell us what's the latest, Edward.
Well, Fred's right. We had some crazy weather this weekend, and that affected some of our local area sports. So we're going to get into how that affected some teams, as well as some teams that were able to play on through the weather.
All right.
It was a crazy opening weekend in high school football that saw several games get postponed over the weekend due to the heavy rain and lightning. And the ones that did manage to play had some very lopsided scores, showing once again just how different things can be once the players began to hit the field for real. First, let's get to the scores of the games that did manage to be played. In a matchup of two teams that lost in the first round of the playoffs last season, the Southern Nash Firebirds blitzed Southwest Edgecombe 43-0. It was a return to a high-powered running attack that saw Southern Nash slow down towards the end of last season, but the Firebirds looked to be on the right track again in 2011. Elsewhere, Rocky Mountain traveled to Bunn and shut them out 30-0. Mason Hines had 3 scores for the Griffons, including a 76-yard kickoff return in the first quarter. Although Rocky Mountain won its season opener last year as well at Bertie, this performance seems to have given a little more life to the program. And down in Winterville, D.H. Conley defeated Fike 48-14. Fike actually beat Conley last season in Wilson, but was unable to make a repeat performance there. Fellow Wilson team Hunt had little trouble beating Eastern Wayne 48-6. The defending Big East Conference champions look to be on the start of another strong campaign. And finally, one of last year's teams on the rise, North Edgecombe, kept winning. On Friday, the team traveled to South Creek and came away with a 56-6 win. A positive step for North Edgecombe, as they will have a tough rivalry game this week against Southwest Edgecombe over in Pine Tops. And as you see, 2 other games were to be played on Friday but were postponed. Tarborough's journey to capture a 3rd straight state title was delayed as the opener at Nash Central was pushed back to Monday at 7. Likewise, the team that challenged Tarboro last season, Beddingfield, will head back to Northern Nash Monday to make up its game as well. And with the games on Monday, it will be interesting to see how the teams deal with a shortened practice week heading into another set of games Friday. So, Marie, we weren't able to have a game this weekend on WHIG, but we will be there tonight at Nash Central to cover the Bulldogs against the Vikings, which, of course, I feel like I have to add, although now it's looking a little better, weather permitting.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Edward.
Thank you, Marie.
This has been your NewsBreak briefing. Join us tomorrow live at noon for more news that's impacting the community. For WHIG TV, I'm Marie Torres. Have a great day.